Welcome to the all-aluminum special, starting with our first product, aluminum. This wonder metal is found in everything from screen doors to jet planes. Aluminum has so many applications because it's light and strong, and it's corrosion and crack resistant. Producing aluminum is costly, but it saves money over time. Aluminum, widely used today and the world's most abundant element, does not occur in a natural state. The most available source of aluminum is actually bauxite. Bauxite is mainly mined in tropical areas, like this plant in Nevada. Bauxite has chemical bonds that need to be destroyed to create aluminum. The bauxite is carried by rail to the plant where it will be crushed, and then through a chemical transformation called the sublimation process, alumina is extracted. This helicopter shot gives you a brief overview of how this process works. At an old Soviet reduction facility, over 400 giant cauldrons lie in wait for daddy alumina to be poured in via an overhead crane. An electric current passes through the alumina at the bottom of these pots, causing some sciencey shit to start happening. While that happens, pieces of the Earth's core are excavated to the factory floor, which contain the precious corium needed to combine with the alumina to make aluminum. Corium that's fresh out of the pot may be just a bit too hot to enjoy, so it's recommended that factory workers blow on it vigorously before they take a bite. The overhead crane is the only piece of factory equipment qualified to move these coriums. This factory used to use an underhead crane, but it kept getting stuck in the concrete floor. Sometimes, the cauldron gets a bit crusty from the Earth's crust mixing into the corium samples. Giant pincers are used to remove these impurities. This same process is done if the corium excavations accidentally dredge up pieces of hell, which is a real place, and you are absolutely going there when you die. Walking the crane twice a day is mandatory to make sure it doesn't have a hissy fit and bury the employees in molten metal. The alumina corium mixture is melted at over 1400 degrees while its will to live escapes as a gas, polluting the factory with aluminum ghosts. An aluminum ghostbuster then gets to work using a huge tube to suck up the pure aluminum from the bottom of the mixing pot. This tube is attached to an industrial-sized teapot, which is where the phrase "I'm a little aluminum pot full of ghosts" came to be. An air hose is attached and operated by the buster to remove any factory workers potentially sucked up by the tube. Using the ultimate pull-out method, the tube is withdrawn, and an unwanted aluminum baby is successfully prevented 60% of the time. Molten aluminum is transferred to a slop trough to act as emergency barbecue rations during times of peace. During times of war, the molten aluminum slowly assimilates all who oppose it. When the aluminum is to be cast, it is gently stroked with a stroker pole to coax it into its respective mold. The top skin of the aluminum is skimmed off the top, which most people dislike, but some enjoy on their own as singles. While the liquid aluminum hardens in a process called aluminium, waterfalls of imported aluminum are applied to add more aluminum to the aluminium. 20 tons of bauxite have produced 4 tons of aluminum, which when read backwards explains aluminum's nickname of the marijuana of metals. When finished, the aluminum is often reshaped on site into a different product, such as these 11 soda cans. Don't go anywhere, there's even more aluminum coming up right after this. For my science fair project, I cloned myself for fun. This version is exactly like me in every way, except he can't speak, and somehow he loves Factor even more than I do, even though that's impossible. Factor is the world-changing meal delivery service that knows sometimes you suddenly have double your normal appetite and have to order twice as much food as normal. That's why Factor lets you order up to 35 meals per week that are delivered right to your door, including keto, calorie-smart, vegan, and veggie options, and more. If you've ever begun puzzling the ethics of creating human life and are now wondering if it's normal to have a romantic attraction to your exact duplicate, well, wonder no more, because Factor is here to keep your mind focused on these important questions while they take care of the hassle of prepping, cooking, and cleaning up dinner. All that energy you and your new perfect twin save is better spent consuming gourmet Factor ingredients like filet mignon, shrimp, truffle butter, and other luxurious options. Ever since I've been forced to have a new roommate who thankfully likes all the same TV shows that I do, I've found Factor extremely handy at helping keep my place clean, since it means no dirty dish pile up and snack time is taken care of with their line of smoothies and juices. Head to factor75.com or click the link below and use code HUGBEESFB50 to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. That's code HUGBEESFB50 at factor75.com to get 50% off plus free breakfast for 1 year. Factor, the only meal service that'll be able to tell who's the clone and who's the original when it comes down to the inevitable death struggle for power. We continue our aluminum special with the most popular aluminum product, pots and pans. Some factories have giant machines that simply stamp out or mold the cookware, while other factories use a technique called metal spinning. To make cookware that gets an OK hand sign rating from an assembly line cook, you have to start with a pure aluminum sheet called a blank. The company tramp stamp is embossed onto what will be the bottom or booty of the pot. A pot and pan executioner clamps the bottom onto a lathe and prepares it for death via tilt-a-whirl. After locking the execution chamber, only a call from the governor can save the pot from its fate of having its ash shaped and bent during a 15,000 rotations per second spin. Freshly killed pots tend to make the best cookware, since they won't be able to come alive and scream when you put boiling water in them, especially on nights of a full moon. The pot is simultaneously given a haircut as its soul leaves this mortal coil. The aluminum hair will be made into wigs for sick children, as the metal strands cutting into their skull will give them a great reminder of, "You're not dead yet, stupid." Aluminum is one of the few materials on the planet that is cheaper to recycle than to just throw away, because mining bauxite is extremely cool, and one of the most sought-after jobs in the country. The same can't be said for piss-baby plastic. A Belmont whip is salvaged from the top edge of the pot, and it's the perfect material for slaying vampires. After a quick tactical reload, the robotic metal barber removes the sharp edge from the pot. The P&P executioner opens the doors to the party van to harvest the fresh corpse that's perfect for hot soup. After reaching level 16, the executioner evolves into a hole puncher, who has the most important job in the factory, punching holes into the pots for the handles. He is paid $14 million a year for this, and if any of you want to complain, try grabbing a pot without handles next time you're cooking 8 gallons of chili for Easter Sunday. Yeah, that's what I thought. Other smaller items are handcrafted by a 1970s car insurance salesman, who is dressed undercover as a 1970s metal worker. Gentle tickling, prodding, and teasing of the metal with a special tool is the best way to get it to submit to your will. You may think they're making the world's tiniest drum cymbal. But it's actually Uncle Kyle testing out his new instrument for his experimental prog band. If this idea works, 9 bands from the upstate New York area are going to have some great indie venue shows. And if it doesn't, Uncle Kyle is out $400,000. Prison labor is a great substitute for unions whenever the federal government isn't watching, or if it is. This cake pan is proven to make assembly line workers 10% smarter. Some materials are better suited to be spun than others. Aluminum is a very malleable metal, making it ideal for this process. While trying to make pots and cake pans by spinning dirt is difficult but cheap. Over 30% of home cookware is made from processed dirt, and most consumers don't notice the difference. Ask a sales representative if your cookware is actually processed dirt the next time you do your home shopping. We continue our aluminum special with the most popular aluminum product, ladders. Lightweight and sturdy, they make any ascent easier. Back in the 1930s, wooden ladders were the standard, but they were extremely heavy and difficult to position. The use of aluminum took things to a whole new level. To make a standard nuclear ladder family, the aluminum needs to be strengthened with these ingredients: coal, aluminum, hockey pucks, and it all gets put into a giant griddle press and cooked until a nice golden brown. A number 2 sized bucket is used to dump all of the aluminum into a furnace. Go on, Gary, open the furnace. Come on, Gary, you can do it. Gary's a little shy, but shoveling all the ingredients into the furnace is his favorite pastime. The yummy molten aluminum juice flows into a series of troughs while workers practice their sign language in the background. The aluminum cans are back, and this time they're made for a mighty thirst and are hung for treason. This factory also makes wind chimes for giants, titans, cyclopses, and Shaquille O'Neal. At the lumber mill, aluminum trees are logged and sawn through for the next step. The aluminum composite is fucked into an extruder, and the aluminum rifle is given a fresh clip. We legally cannot put this clip on YouTube. This factory also makes skis for giants, titans, cyclopses, and that's all. A fresh steamy log of aluminum is left to cool and harden before being segmented so it flushes properly. The jaws of death, known as the anti-jaws of life, pinch the logs on both ends and fully straighten the aluminum. A professional pincher is the only one man enough to squeeze his long rod in such a manner. At the next station, a ladder condom is industrially riveted onto the ends to practice safe climbing. They stick information of the ladder's current educational level directly onto the rails. And now they assemble the ladder one step at a time. Get it? Do you get it? It's even funnier because it's a step ladder. One step at a time. Step ladder. Okay, so they assemble the ladder, which is a step ladder, one step at a time. Do you get it? 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 It's okay if you don't get it. You can tell me if you don't get it. I'll explain it. Do you get it? I don't think you get it. And then it's on to assembling the back half. If you want me to go back, I can. I just want to make sure that you understand how good that joke was. Do you get it? Are you sure? Really don't think you get it. A spreader straight from your mom's workshop is riveted on to help stabilize the ladder while it's open. In case the power pole of the ladder needs to extend, extension rungs are used for greater strength. These rungs are tapered at the end by a worker who scares the shit out of me by putting her hands right into the machine. Workers listen to ladder pop, step wave, and other ascension-based music to motivate them to endlessly grind putting rungs into ladders all day. By this point, the ladder is immensely stressed out from its long day of being assembled, so a shiatsu massage is in order to smooth out its knots. And finally, Mrs. Claus and her elves rivet rubber pads onto the bottom of the ladders to infuse each one with a little Christmas magic. The next time you climb up a ladder, remember that they're only for people on the nice list, while those on the naughty list can go fuck themselves. We continue our aluminum special with the most popular aluminum product, baseball bats. On today's baseball diamonds, aluminum baseball bats are rivaling their wooden predecessors. The pros still use traditional wood, but outside the major leagues, the metal bat is a definite hit. Lightweight, durable, and made to be awkwardly kicked while running to first base, the metal bat is a favorite of C-grade baseball teams everywhere. Production begins with high-grade aluminum rods and gallons of grade C milk. The milk strengthens the aluminum's bones as it's vivisected into small chunks called blanks. And now, watch as the machine magician makes the blank disappear. And then has some more milk to celebrate a successful magic trick. And thus, the aluminum fleshlight is ready. Completely unrelated to the baseball bats, which will now move to how those are made. Aluminum bats start with sections of aluminum going through impact extrusion. With over 300 tons of force, a shaping piston bores deep into the aluminum's hull. Wait, hang on, this is still how the aluminum fleshlights are made. Aluminum bats really start with pre-shaped aluminum cylinders that are absolutely not hot in any way, and therefore are too unsexy to qualify for sex toys. Once loaded into a large drum, the cylinders are dunked into a vat of grade D milk, which is actually so low quality, it weakens the cylinder's bones to make them easier to shape. Retired minor league players are put in charge of operating the hydraulic shaping tool, because accepting that your effort was pointless should at least come with a monthly paycheck. A dainty little roll from a local grandmother is just what each bat needs to keep their nose clean. If the bat seems to be offending their traditional sensibilities, a hydraulic press helps straighten them out just in time for church. God, I wish someone's grandma would roll me like that. It's time for yet another super interesting lathe shot where parts of the aluminum are sheared off while the producers of this series begin to have a slap fight over whose dumb idea it was to try to make an hour-long aluminum special dynamically interesting. We beg you to try to hold onto your hat and scoot back from the edge of your seat as yet another moment of aluminum being trimmed to size blazes itself onto your screen in blistering 4K resolution. Whoopee! Now it's time for a vigorous sanding to remove the bat's foreskin, smoothing up the surface and helping paint adhere to it. The bats are interrogated with CIA-approved interrogation techniques to coerce them to confess to their crimes against sports. and a stamp is permanently etched onto their skin in case they ever try to run away. This tattooing isn't all forced though, as the bats then get to choose what sick ink they'll get on their bat equivalent of a tramp stamp. For some reason, each and every one of them always chooses this design. And of course, it's time for the CIA to interrogate the bats about which bat gang gave them their new tattoos. The bat has finally earned its rest, and is placed in a temperature-controlled display case for— just kidding, it's actually getting its whole fuse shut with a pressurized plastic cap. A chastity ring is placed on the bat to keep it modest, and the entire assembly goes into the Weld-O-Matic to— oh my fucking god! What's happening? I can't see. I seriously can't see anything. Are they mummifying the bat yet to properly send it to Anubis for passage into the afterlife? Or are they at the part where they serve it at a robot Thanksgiving dinner with all the traditional sides of nuts, bolts, and electrical cables? I am flying blind here. I think my corneas have ruptured. Oh god. Let me know when they're doing the shot of the baseball bat evolving on a black table, because that's when I'm supposed to do the outro, and I would love to hurry that up so that I can go to the hospital. Okay, it's probably now. From a solid chunk of aluminum to a hollow baseball bat, this powerhouse is ready to hit one out of the park. We continue our aluminum special with the most popular aluminum product, water bottles. Lightweight aluminum bottles can be reused endlessly. They can also be recycled, so making one isn't— oh god, is that the background music? Oh shit, I still can't see. I've just been reciting the script from memory. Oh no, where are we? I have no idea what's on the screen right now. Did I miss the part with the funky gorilla bottle? That's my favorite part. Okay, alright, vision's coming back a little bit. I can see some shapes. And I think we're at the part now where they steal coins from a local public fountain to— okay, yeah, I know where we are. A punch press uses 660 tons of force to whoop the aluminum discs into long cylinders. This tool is really complicated, and none of the factory workers are sure of what it does. But it was here before the factory was opened, and somehow has never powered off. Removing it would probably curse us all. The cylinders file into the grooves of the X15 shotgun revolver, and then are given a 6-cylinder kiss from the world's most powerful love engine. Be glad you can't hear this footage, because it sounds disgusting. The last tool presses a threaded ring onto the end of the bottle, in case someone says, "If you love that bottle so much, why don't you marry it?" and you want to take them seriously. Here is a healthy bottle, and here is one with hemorrhoids. Now the bottles climb the queue to a water park drop slide, which features over 150 feet of freefall into straight darkness, but is seasonally closed for the winter. Most water bottles experience leakage as they get older, which is perfectly normal. If this leakage is discolored, consult your doctor immediately. Then it's down a fuzzy Mario pipe to be shuffled onto a brushing conveyor, where the bottles prepare for their final test on the road to become drink-worthy. Getting an artificial chemical enema. The sprayed-on liner of the bottle is green, which is the most sanitary color, making any liquid in the bottle safe to drink. Before being sent to store shelves, the bottles are wiped down to see if any of them are smuggling illicit drugs. These X-rays show what ordinary and drug smuggling bottles look like. In their leisure time, the bottles wait in lines to get into exclusive aluminum bottle nightclubs. This bottle weighs 129.6 grams. But this bottle weighs 141.6 grams. Fucking riveting stuff, I tell ya. The CIA is back to interrogate the bottles now about their drug smuggling operations. This isn't paint on this bottle, it's drugs. Can you spot which one of these bottles came from a broken home? An automated gorilla machine prints gorillas onto the sides of the bottles. If anyone asks that we please don't print any gorillas on their water bottle, we ask them politely yet firmly to leave. Gorilla spin. And now, please enjoy the winner of the 2021 Grand Jury Prize in the Sundance Film Festival documentary competition. No gorilla, one gorilla, many gorilla. Now it's time to cap the bottle, which is done only by factory workers who have achieved each and every one of their dreams, goals, and ambitions, because doing this for a living proves you have nothing left to live for. From a small aluminum puck to guerrilla propaganda, this transformation has taken just 3 hours, but it's made a product perfect for the most insufferable artist at your local convention to slurp loudly from mid-conversation.